How is everyone? Excellent. Let's stand for our first congregational song. I'm going to invite Dennis Bryan, our guest musician, to come up here with us today.
Get up on your feet, see the light in everybody you meet. Everybody, get up on your feet, see the light in everybody you meet. Let us be reminded of who we've come to be. We are love, we are one big family. Hey, hey, yeah, yeah. Hey, 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 yeah, yeah. Everybody get up on your feet, see the light in everybody you meet. Everybody get up on your feet, see the light in everybody you meet. Let us be reminded of who we've come to be. We are love, we are one big family. Hey, 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 hey. Yeah, 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 yeah. Let us make a joyful sound. Here we stand on holy ground. Let us make a joyful sound. Here we stand on holy ground. Let us make a joyful sound. Yeah, 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 yeah. Everybody, get up on your feet. See the light in everybody meet. Hey, 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 get up on your feet. Yeah, 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 yeah.
All right. Thank you for singing so well. I'm Reverend Gregory Toole. What a joy it is to be here with all of you this morning. Are you seeing the light in everyone you meet? All right, I'm Reverend Gregory Toole, and what a joy it is to be here with all of you this morning. Are you glad to be here with each other? Yeah. Wonderful. We have a wonderful service in store as always. So get ready. And this is a place where, gosh, we come here Sunday morning, we get lifted up, we get rejuvenated, we remember who we are as divine expressions of the One. Do you remember this morning that all the power that there is in the universe is centered right where you are? Yes. Do you know that that's the truth for everyone else here? All right, then we're in the right place, and I want to call forth for our announcements, Jan Mintz.
Hi, everybody. Ooh, that's a good idea. Am I on now? Good. Good morning. I'm Jan Mintz. Thanks to all of you. I am a happy member of our Board of Trustees, so I will start off today with announcements. Those of you who let me get my voice here. Those of you who have contributed to the restoration project are owed a huge debt of thanks, and we are rebuilding the offices and rooms flooded by the torrential rains in February. We highly appreciate all your donations, and we thank you in advance for all donations yet to come. This is my new word, Reverend Gregory. Everything is yet to come. A little reminder for those of us who bought tickets for Divine Dining tonight, it starts at 4 p.m. and you should have directions if you've gotten the flyer from the front desk there. Visioning a Way of Life is our new certificated class with Reverend Gregory Toole. It's a 6-week class with amazing materials that has never been offered here before, starting on Saturday, September 7th at 10 a.m. For more information, please check our front desk. We have a date for the Hidden Treasures Yard Sale. Yay! September 27th through the 29th. Please check the activities table in the foyer for more details about when you can start bringing in items, and also sign up to volunteer. We need lots of volunteers. And it's also back to school time. We invite you to bring school supplies to support the children at Rainbow Shelter. Maureen McKinney will be collecting them. We have our next Namaste Cafe this Friday. Namaste Cafe is back! Yay! Come enjoy the music and fellowship. The cover is $8 or a plate of cookies. Okay, that has not gone up in years, you guys. I don't know about this inflation stuff, but we're only still charging $8 or a plate of cookies, so come join us, okay? And the flyer is in the foyer if you're interested in more info. Next Sunday, the 25th of August, our drumming circle will be meeting at 12:30 in Richelieu Hall. Looking ahead, we have a town hall meeting scheduled for Sunday, September 15th after service. So mark your calendar so you can be here for that. Our Science of Mind class is on Sunday mornings from 10:15 to 10:45 a.m. Join us for a taste of Dr. Ernest Holmes as we read Living the Science of Mind. We offer 2 weekly free book study groups. Information is on the back of your program and on our website. For all of you creative members and wordsmiths, we're looking for a name for our bookstore. You have until September 1st to stop by and submit your idea. The person with the winning name will receive a book of their choice from our bookstore. And there's also a suggestion box to provide Liza and Joe with books and materials you'd like to see in our bookstore, so you can also do that. So if you are here for the very first time, would you raise your hand? Well, wonderful. Thank you for joining us. We have a gift bag for you that our usher is going to bring you, and lucky you, because for a limited time only, we have included Dr. Frank Richelieu's book, The Universe Always Says Yes, Yes, Yes. So that's a treat for you. And if you're shy about raising your hand, you can pick up one of our gift bags out on the visitor's table in the foyer. If you would like prayer for something in your life, please come to the front of the sanctuary by the piano after service. One of our practitioners will lead a prayer circle. And a big thank you to all our wonderful volunteers. You make this place happen. We love you. And we still have opportunities. Yes, you really do. We still have opportunities for people to join the tech team, hospitality, ushering, and more. So please contact Doris Garrett, our volunteer coordinator, if you're interested. And if you want to do tech stuff, talk to Grant too. So now we have some meditation music as we turn within in preparation for our invocation.
Love is my decision. It's up to me to give of my heart. Love is my decision. No one else can tell me to stop. Once I decide to change my mind, God will show me how. Love is my decision right here and now. Love is my decision, up to me to stand on that bridge. Love is my decision, no one else can make me forget. And once I decide to change my mind, God will show me how. Love is my decision right here and now. 'Cause right here and now I know it's done. The life that I've dreamed of has finally begun. 'Cause sure as the sun shines down on me, I am the one to set myself free. Love is my decision, up to me to dance down the No one else can lighten my load. And once I decide to change my mind, God will show me how. Love is my decision right here and now. My decision right here and now.
Settling in to this sacred moment of now, letting go of anything unlike God, unlike the divine, releasing any thought, any concern that has anything to do with anything unlike love, unlike goodness, and freeing myself now, freeing myself of anything unlike joy, unlike beauty. And in this place, I have a deeper awareness that it is all God and it is all good, and God and I are one. So in this peace, in this serenity, I now declare that everything that has to do with today's celebration is unfolding with grace and ease, in joy and in love. Love is my decision. Love is my choice. Love is my intention for today's service, knowing that everything is already in place. The music, the melody, the songs, the lyrics, the prayers, the lesson, the talk, the sharing, the warmth of the friendship and the fellowship that is already here. I declare that it is good, and this is the perfect time, and this is the perfect moment. So I simply allow it to be. With gratitude, I declare, and so it is.
And good morning, everyone. It is easier for a camel to walk through the eye of the needle than it is for a rich man to get into heaven. So, yes, and so were the words of Jesus in the gospel. And I know that you hear the scripture, you hear it is the needle, not a needle. And in Jerusalem, I read that there was, in the time of Jesus, a passageway that was quite narrow. And so that men could walk through, but camels that were laden down with lots of burdens and packages had to be unloaded before they could walk through. And so that getting through wasn't particularly easy. Now, a rich man that he speaks of, we may think of it as having lots of money and a big house and that sort of thing. But metaphysically, rich means more than stuff and things. It means rich in activities, rich in intellectual knowledge, rich in the doing and the busyness of life, just active and busy. And as Reverend Moira used to remind me, her mother said, if you're too busy for God, then you're too busy. So Ernest Holmes writes in his book called Help for Today, he writes of this French psychologist whose name was Coué, that's C-O-U-E. And Coué had this big idea. He was concerned about these burdens and things that people carry and understanding that it was a subconscious issue. And he came up with this idea to help dive into that subconscious. He called it an auto-suggestion. And he said that if you just say, day by day, every day, I'm getting better and better. And he even came up with a technique. He said, find a string and put 20 knots in it, and you hold on to the knots. They're like prayer beads, knots, and you say, every day, day by day, every day, I'm getting better and better. Day by day, every day, I'm getting better and better. He said to do that 20 times. Now, Ernest Holmes is not promoting Coué's technique, but he does say that he's headed in the right direction. And Ernest Holmes tells a story of this man from the Midwest, he says, who was stuck where he was in life. At the end of the month, he still had unpaid bills, and it was month after month. And he was despairing. And then one day, he went to a church service, and the minister talked about the power of the mind. Well, it struck something within him. And so he was excited and talked to the minister and asked for a counseling session, and they met that afternoon. And the man came away from this with this idea that he could change. And he went home and he practiced all the things that he had talked about. He was moving in his own consciousness, and over a period of time, he changed. And so Ernest Holmes says, what happened? He said the man found within himself that thing that caused him to change and to change his life substance for good. And that is what we're talking about today. If we're too busy for God, if we are too burdened with those unconscious things that we may not even be aware of, it's time for us to pay attention to what's going on, to find that power within us to make us better every day. So, of course, as we end this talk, we are going to affirm with me, if you will, day by day, in every way, I'm getting better and better.
I'm getting better and better.
And so it is. Thank you. So we are going to welcome up our singer.
Thanks, guys. Hi, everybody. It's been a while. Glad to be back. Thank you. Thank you. Imagine there's no heaven. It's easy if you try. No hell below us, above us only sky. Imagine all the people living for today. Imagine there's no countries, isn't hard to do. Nothing to kill or die for. No religion to imagine all the people living life in peace. Oh, you may say I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. I hope someday you'll join us, and the world will live as one. Oh, we'll live as one. Imagine no possessions. I wonder if you can. No need for greed or hunger. A brotherhood of man. Imagine all the people sharing all the world. Oh, you may say that I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. I hope someday you'll join us, and the world will live as one. We'll live as one. Imagine it. 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 Imagine.
Dennis Bryan, thank you so much. Beautiful, beautiful. How good it is to be here this morning. And I'm really loving the topic today, but before I get into that, I want to just say one more thing about my class, because I really want to be in class with all of you. This visioning a way of life, this way of allowing life to use us. You know, there's a power for good in the universe and we can use it, but there's a power for good in the universe and it can also use us. So this class is really going to be about how this power can use you. And for all of you who are ready for life to show up in a bigger way through you and as you, that class is for you. Plus, I just want to be with you in class and get to know you in that way. So I hope you'll join us. September 7th it starts. And I have this love for people doing testimonials. I love it when people tell me that this teaching has changed their life, because to me that's what this teaching is all about. It's a practical teaching. It's not one where we're just philosophizing and theorizing. That's fun. But it's about putting it in place in our lives. And so we have someone this morning who is going to talk to us for a moment about how this teaching has changed her life. So I want to call Pauline Kiernan to come forward and grab your mic there and come on forward and talk to us a little bit here. Pauline is going to be moving away from the area, and she said, I really want to tell you how this teaching has changed my life. So here she is.
I wanted to say hello and I wanted to say goodbye, but I'm going to be coming back and visiting. I'm moving up to the Tahoe, Reno area. But before I leave, I just really felt it in my heart that I wanted to share how incredible this teaching has been in my life and how it's changed my life. And I only have time to share like 10% of it, so you can only imagine. So I started out, I was raised Catholic, and then I became a born-again Christian, and that was all good. But I still had some issues that were tripping me up in life. And in 1984, 40 years ago, I can't believe it, friends brought me and introduced me to this teaching. So I started with Dr. Hornaday downtown, and then I met Dr. Bitzer and went to our center in Hollywood. Then I moved to the South Bay, and I was introduced and had many wonderful years with Dr. Richelieu, and then the wonderful Dr. Moira, and now Reverend Gregory. So some of the issues I had before this teaching is that I was really insecure. I thought I was really ugly and dumb, and that I didn't deserve to have a good life because somehow I got the message from my upbringing and my teaching that it was bad to be selfish and think of yourself. So I spent the whole time doing and thinking of everyone else as a nurse, Catholic, Irish. Maybe it's a triple whammy for me or against me, depending on how you look at it. But from this teaching, I realized that I am this beautiful child of God, and I deserve all good things in my life. And once I realized that, then the good started flowing in. And I also learned a huge lesson not to take things personally. Like if someone would go off on me, I would first examine, is there any truth in this? And if there wasn't, I would think, okay, that's your issue. I'll pray for you, work it out. And the power of forgiveness, that if you don't forgive or you're regretting things from the past, or then you're not free to receive all the good that God wants you to have. And I also learned that a really powerful message for me is that I can choose my thoughts. So that even when things seem really like a terrible thing was happening in life, like a crisis, I could then rise above it and think and trust God. Okay, God, you have a purpose for this, and to look for the opportunities in it and to just trust the process and kind of go with the flow. And some of the things I thought were the worst turned out to be the best, and vice versa. You know, you never know. So God sees the big picture. And also I had some issues around finance and money. And I somehow got this erroneous idea that money was like evil or materialistic, and I was always running away from it. It seemed like it was always stalking me in my life, but I was like, no, I don't want to be materialistic. And so then I realized from this teaching, I learned that money is just an energy, and it's what you do with it that really counts. And so I've been blessed in so many areas. And when I first started with this teaching, I thought, oh yeah, it almost sounds like a pipe dream, like too good to be true, like you can have all these wonderful things in your life. And I am a living proof that you can. I mean, yeah, I'm still a work in progress every day. And I try to live my life with God expressing through me every day. And I'm constantly aware of, you know, that God is all of me, but God is so much more than me. And I pray a lot, and praying is talking to God, and meditating is listening to God. So I try to use all the things, and I took so many classes and books, and I feel so honored and so eternally grateful to be able to give this small donation to this church and our center. And it's just represents a fraction of what I've gotten out of it, and I love you all so much.
Thank you, Pauline. Yes, I love it when she told me that, finances were an issue, and then, that she now, lives a very prosperous, abundant life, right? Because that's what we're here to do. And today's topic is really interesting in that regard, because one could think the opposite by the title. It says that it's easier, it comes from a scripture in Matthew that says it's easier for a camel to go through the eye of a needle than it is for a rich man to enter the kingdom of God. Now that would sound like we're saying, right, that it's bad to be rich. It's bad to be prosperous. But the reality is that the way this is spoken to me, and the reason why I wanted to speak on this topic is it's really speaking about the human ego. It's really speaking about how we give power to things outside of ourselves, and that once we begin to feel self-sufficient, and once we begin to feel that I've got this handled and I've got this taken care of, and we start to go into the ego. We start to go into that human aspect of ourselves. We start to possibly believe that the power is in that thing, right? That the power is in the money that's in the bank account. The power is in the money that I'm getting paid in a salary. The power is out there. And so it's really, the way I see it, it's really talking about the human psyche. It's really talking about the human psyche and that tendency to do that. There's a story that Joel Goldsmith wrote about his life. And, Joel Goldsmith was one of my favorite metaphysical writers when I got into the teaching. So powerful. And he wrote about how when he first became a spiritual practitioner and he was working with clients, and one day he was really fretting, that he wasn't going to be able to pay his bills. And he was really getting bothered by it. And then he looked around and he said, wait a minute, this client owes me this much money, and this other client owes me that much money, and this other client owes me that much money. Oh, I'm okay. I can pay my bills. But then he also realized where he was putting the power. He realized he was saying, I'm okay because of these things outside of myself. I'm okay because these clients are going to pay me. And so his story, the way he handled that, to put himself back in alignment with principle, that the real source is within him, that the real source is infinite and within him, and that it wasn't out there, and it wasn't about who owes him this and who owes him that. He said, he wrote each one of them a letter. And he said, I've come in to some prosperity, so you no longer owe me this money. That was his act of faith. That was his act of trust. That was his act of saying, I'm not going to put the power out there. And of course, from there, he goes on to be very prosperous and have so many clients and just this really successful author, wrote like so many books. I have so many of them myself. So when we start to confuse the channels of our income with the source of our income, that's what the scripture's really talking about. That we start to confuse that. We start to think that the source is that place where it's coming from. Now, when you fill out like an application, a credit application or something like that, right? It'll say, what's your source of income? So here's an assignment I have for you now. The next time you get one of those, and don't tell them I told you. The next time you fill one of those out and it says, what is your source of income? I want you to write in there, God. Just see what they say. It's more true than anything else we could write on there. Anything else we write on there would just be the current channels through which our prosperity is coming. They are not the source. They are just the current channels. And when we place our attention and give power to the channels, then once the channel goes away, what do we do? What do we do? What do you do when you lose your job? Right? When the average person loses a job, everyone says, oh my God, it's terrible. Oh, wow. But when we realize that that was just the channel, it never was the source, it takes the sting out of it, right? Because we start to get excited maybe. And we start to say, wow, I lost this job. I wonder what greater good is going to come forth for me. We're not looking at it as the source. We're looking at that just as a current channel through which the good was coming. About 20 years ago, I did a 10-day silent Buddhist Vipassana meditation retreat. We were in silence for 10 days. Beautiful experience. Still remember it quite vividly to this day. And as part of that, they would not allow you to pay for it. You couldn't pay for it if you tried. It's like, your money's no good here. And they didn't tell us why until after. So after we did the retreat, at the end, when they were talking to us, they told us, they said, the reason why we didn't allow you to pay for this retreat is because if you paid for the retreat, you would be talking about the accommodations and the food, and this wasn't okay, and that wasn't okay, and you'd be totally in your ego and in your human self and in your human control. But by us making it totally free for you, you weren't in any of that. You were in this place of surrender. You were in this place of letting go. It was such a beautiful way that they did that. It's so easy to place our attention outside of ourselves. It's so easy to do what Joel Goldsmith did and say, oh, I'm doing okay because I got this much money in the bank, or I saved up this much for retirement, or all these other things. The trap there is that we've put the power there and we've made that the source, whereas as John Randolph Price wrote in the Abundance book, there's a line, I don't know if any of you have ever done the 40-day prosperity program from John Randolph Price, but you write a letter to yourself, and in that letter you write, you're writing like where you have been up until this moment, and now you're about to step into this 40-day prosperity program, and there's a line in there that says, I have limited the unlimited. It's a line that says, I have limited the unlimited. Every time we make something our source that is outside of ourselves, we have limited the unlimited. Here you have this unlimited source, and instead you've said, this thing out here is my source. Does that make sense? Yeah. So this idea of it being harder for a camel to go through the eye of a needle than a rich man to enter the kingdom of God is about the human psyche. It's about what we tend to do when we have a lot materially, when we feel like we got it already. Right? They say that there are no atheists in a foxhole. Even the atheists, when they're in the moment of desperation, will get down on their knees and say, God, please, please help me. But on a day-to-day basis, sometimes we can fall into that same thing. We can fall into, rather than have our spiritual practice be that I wake up every morning and remember that there's a power and a presence within me, and I wake up every morning and do my prayer and do my meditation and do my spiritual practice, we could have it be where we only do that when we're in a crisis, or we only do that when there's some great apparent need out there. I really want to be part of a community of people that everyone in the community gets up every day, and the very first thing you do is your spiritual practice. Who's down for that? Who does that already? I love it. I love it. We're in the right place here. Where every day we get up and remember that the presence of God is within me. The power of God is within me. And we, as Joe Dispenza said in the movie The Secret, we start off our day and we create our day. We start off our day creating our day. We're not waiting to see how this day is going to be. Anyone do that? Anyone say, oh, I hope it's going to be a good day today. I hope today isn't as bad as yesterday. Or anyone get to the end of a year and you're like, I hope this year's better than last year. Well, we are the creators. We are the one establishing what this day is going to be. We are the one establishing what this year is going to be. We are the ones who have established what the year has been and what the day has been. They say the truth shall set you, the truth shall set you free, but first it will make you mad as heck. Right? It's like, are you telling me I created this mess? Yes. But you have to be really powerful to create a mess like that. It's like, you are so powerful. Not everyone can create a mess like that. The same power that allowed us to create a mess, the same power that allowed us to be in bondage is the same power that can allow us to be free and allow us to soar and allow us to create the most amazing life that we are here to live. Let's say that together. Let's say, I am here to live an amazing life. And not only that, I am creating an amazing life. And not only that, I am living an amazing life. We really are living an amazing life right now. Regardless of appearances, we are living an amazing life. If we're in here, and I don't want to put the power outside of us, but if we're sitting here in Redondo Beach, California, already we're living a pretty darn amazing life. You know? When I go to play tennis, they say, how are you doing today? And I go, well, I'm on a tennis court. I must be doing pretty well. I mean, that's a pretty good day if you're on a tennis court. That's a pretty good day if you're at Center for Spiritual Living in Redondo Beach. That's a pretty good day if you're going to go outside of here and the ocean is right there. That's a pretty good day. But it's the one power, it's the one creative energy within us that allowed us to create this life. Such that if somehow we were to get transferred to a whole other place, somewhere else, we could still have an amazing life right there. A lot of times people think of where I moved from, Bakersfield, and they go, people, when I come here, they go, oh, where were you before? And I go, Bakersfield, and they go, oh, this is much better. And while for me, I am finding it much better, I'm not going to lie to you, at the same time, it was an awesome life I had there. It was an awesome life I had there. Why? Why would I be having an amazing life in Bakersfield, an amazing life here, an amazing life everywhere I've been? Why would that be? And why would that be true for you? Why would you be having an amazing life wherever you go? Because not everyone is doing that. Some people are having an amazing life if they're in Redondo Beach, but then you put them somewhere else and they go, oh, not having such an amazing life now. You ever see people, they move from somewhere else and they go, oh, where I used to live, we had this. And where I used to live, we had that. Oh, we don't have that here. Really, to live an amazing life, we have to bring an amazing life. We have to bring the consciousness of an amazing life. We have to bring the consciousness of God. You know, Joel Goldsmith, there's this part where he talks about, do you have God? And I love it because he says, yeah, I know. You have God theoretically, and yes, you have God in truth. Yes, you have God. Yes. But do you really have God? In other words, do you really wake up in the morning and realize that you are a divine expression of that one? Do you really move about your day in the awareness that the presence of God is right here where I am and live your moment-by-moment life communing with the presence of the divine right where you are? Yes. One of the things that we get to do in being on a path like the one that we're on here is to become spiritual. We have to remember to become spiritual and to be spiritual. So that we're not just repeating the words of the teaching. That we are living a spiritual life. We are living, knowing, breathing, knowing that the presence of the divine is my life and being, moment by moment. It becomes our way of being. It becomes our way of life. Do you have God as your all, in all, through all? Moment by moment, day by day. When something goes wrong, so to speak, do you go like, God is all there is? It's perfect. I know a lot of you do, because I hear you. A lot of you live your life this way, and this is what we're really called to do. We're really called to live our life in such a way where the presence of God is so very real to us. The presence of the divine, the presence of life energy. If you don't want to call it God, it doesn't matter what you call it. But the presence of that something, the presence of that something that transcends everything else. The presence of that something that no matter what is happening, all is still well. Yes? You all know what I'm talking about, don't you? Yeah. So today we're talking about that it's easier for a camel to go through the eye of a needle than a rich man to enter into the kingdom of God. Now, notice all you ladies are off the hook because it just says a rich man. So, you know, so you ladies don't have any problem at all doing it. But what we're talking about is remembering where the power is, where the source is, and not giving our power away. Even when it's good, especially when it's good. See, that's the trap. When it gets really good, we start to go like, oh, I got it. I made it. I'm here. Here's my source. Look at this. Look at what I got over here. And the trick or the wisdom is even then to know that this is just a channel. This could go away and something even better would replace it. That is security. Security is not when we're relying on something out there, or as the scripture says, that dust and moths can infest and rust and all that sort of thing. But security, true freedom, is when we really know that the power and the presence of the divine is right where we are, and that there's an infinite source and power and presence right where we are that will deliver us in any situation or circumstance. I love all of you, and I love being part of a community of people who I know understand exactly what I'm talking about here today, and who I see living this teaching. Thank you for being who you are and the way that you show up in our world. Blessings. Thank you, thank you. We're going to hear from Dennis Bryan again. Come on forward, Dennis. Thank you, thank you.
What a wonderful message. Thank you. And great to have him here, huh? Yeah, that's wonderful. So you guys know this song, and there's a little audience participation here, okay? It's kind of a, I say love, you say
Love.
I say peace, you say
Peace.
and I say God, and you say
God.
let's do it. And then whatever else you want. Stand up, dance, snap your fingers, clap your hands. And it's love, love that you're feeling, love, love that you're dreaming of, love that created us. Not bad, let's do it again. It's love, love that you're feeling, love, love that you're dreaming of, love that created us. And it's 1 for the money, 2 for the show, 3 to get it ready, you can let it go. You got to get dialed in, you got to get revved up, you get dialed in. You got to get dialed in, you got to get revved up. So put the pedal to the metal with the gear shift set on God. Woo! Set on God. Ready for the next one? Here we go. And it's peace, peace that you're feeling, peace, peace that believes in peace, peace that can set us free. Oh yeah, and it's peace, peace that you're feeling, peace, peace that believes in peace, peace that can set us free. And it's 1 for the money, 2 for the show, 3 to get it ready, you can let it go. You got to get dialed in, you got to get revved up, you get dialed in. You got to get dialed in, you got to get revved set on God. Set on God. You can make it in your mind.
You can make it.
Manifest it in your life now.
Manifest it.
You can make it without trying, 'cause it's already there. Already there. Okay, last one. You know this one. Ready? And it's God,
God,
that you're feeling, God,
God,
that you're praying, God,
God,
that created us. That's right. And it's God, that you're feeling, God,
God,
that you're praying, God,
God.
that created us. And it's one for the money, two for the show, three to get it ready. You can let it go. Dialed in, you got to get revved up. You get dialed in. Oh, you got to get dialed in. You got to get revved up. So put the pedal to the metal with the gear shift set on God. Okay, we're gonna do some recap, okay? You guys know this pretty good. Let's try it. And it's love,
Love,
and it's peace,
peace,
and it's God.
God,
I love it. Let's do it again. And it's love,
love,
and it's peace,
peace,
and it's God,
God.
and it's done. Thank you, thank you. And Elise, so nice to meet you, and thank you. She's wonderful, isn't she? Thank
give
you
it for
very much.
Dennis.
Thank you.
Dennis, Brian, wow, thank you so much. That was awesome. That was fun, too. I was enjoying that. We're okay with fun here, I know it. Well, we reached our time for our conscious giving, and our ushers have come forward here. Oops, I went to the wrong place. Boom, there we go. So thank you for the ways that you give to this community, and we couldn't do it without you, but we are doing it with you and with your generosity. So thank you so much. I invite you to hold your gift in your hand or hold it to your heart as we say our affirmation together. Divine love consecrates my gift. It goes forth to heal, to bless, and to prosper all those who give and all those who receive. I rejoice in the sharing of my good, and I release my gift with love, and so it is.
Grateful for the morning, grateful for the sunlight on my face, grateful for the feeling, grateful for the knowing, grateful for the love that's in this place, grateful for believing that God is all there is, that God is all there is. Grateful for the morning, grateful for the sunlight on my face, grateful for the feeling, grateful for the knowing, grateful for the love that's in this place, grateful for believing that God is all there is, that God is all there is, God is all there is.
Yeah, let's give some love to Elise Carver, our lead musician
Thank you,
here. So good to be here with all of you today. So let's stand even before the peace song, if that's comfortable for you, and let's say a few final powerful words together here. So if it's comfortable for you to repeat after me or say with me, God is the only power in my life. The source of all good is right within me.
The source of all good is right within me.
There is an infinite substance within me,
There is an infinite substance
just waiting for me to call it forth. I call it forth right now to take form as the good that I've been wanting. It responds to me. The good is on its way. The good is here. I am grateful. And so it is. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. So we're going to sing the peace song together. I'm going to invite the ministers, practitioners to come up on the stage with me. Come on up, practitioners and ministers. Join me up here. And let us sing the peace song together.
Let there be peace on earth, and let it be